This is for the 1978 Ford Mustang King Cobra. This is take 2 of the dash, so this is the second time I've covered the dash. I did get that gunk taken care of here in this corner. So what it took was actually starting the glue and the material out in this corner. And if you can see, it's still not quite setting on the dash itself. You can press in and there's a little bit of an air gap between that. And it's just because it's such a tight stretch. So you've got to stretch the material up and back in and then back down. There's still kind of a bubble here where it didn't quite seat correctly up in there. But the rest of it looks pretty darn good. So the corners, and what I did, there's so much excess material here on these corners that I fed it into the back and had the back have little ripples because you can't really see back there. So that's where that material went. I also took this piece and buffed it. I used Meguiar's cutting buff, and that actually really did a nice job on the top of the dash there to clean it up. There's still a handful of, spots and marks and stuff that I couldn't get out, and some gouges through the paint, so I'm just not going to paint over that. This is a really hard color to match. Over here on this side, on this corner, if you saw the last video, it was pleated many different times. There's something that got in underneath something hard, and I think that was dried glue that got in underneath there. But instead of pleating it multiple times, I decided to do one full pleat and have it point towards the back. So when I'm sitting here as the driver, I can't see it. The door's going to be shut here. It's not going to be something that's noticeable. I think, though, that turned out much better. That is the new dash, and I will show it to you in the car when I get the vents in. But second go around on the dash, I'm bringing out a dryer actually to heat up. If you have a heat gun, use the heat gun to dry the glue. So I used a contact cement the second time around. I did mix it with a Loctite spray adhesive, which I think works wonderfully. And it allows you to go back. So if you ever glue the vinyl on and really dislike the way it looks, and you need to go back and pull it down and then spray it again, the spray Loctite adhesive, if you spray it back over the spot that you just have dry glue on, it will reconstitute that area and you can work with it again. So it's actually kind of fantastic stuff. This stuff really doesn't reconstitute. Once it dries, you're kind of left with big gunks and blobs and knots under your material, but it works pretty well for areas like this where it's, a true really tough corner. Yeah, it really got in there nicely and got the job done, which was nice. So yeah, that looks much better. Much better dash vinyl dash topping now. No pleats on the passenger side and one pleat on the driver's side, and I can live with that. So that's my dash.